Hi everyone, my name is Cheah. Today I'm going to present about my project, which is Common Equal Result at KAMPUNG ASAM KUMBANG. And the image showing is actually the bird's eye view of my design. And so, here is where it's located from our school. And so, the site has about 20 to 25 degrees of steepness, in which at its highest point is actually about 20-meter height. And you will encounter northeast monsoon, which is October to March, and southwest monsoon, which is May to September. I've also done some study on the building on slope approach. The first one is building in multiple volumes so that it does not block the wind and also does not block the beautiful view as well. The second one is something like basement, which has retaining wall. And the third one is stilts, in which I applied 3 of these in my design. My design intent is to rejuvenate the aging new village into a new sustainable tourist spot, and also to design an eco resort which has minimum negative impact to the environment. Here are some SWOT analyses that I've done. The first one is strength of the site. The mountains behind make up a breathtaking natural background for the resort, and also friendly community. But the weakness is adults and youngsters moving out to city for works and studies, and also selfish spatial arrangement of houses. And the only opportunity of the site is that it creates laid-back ambient. Nevertheless, the threat of the site is that lack of development and no communal space. And thus, after the SWOT analysis, I came up with this concept for my design, which is to create a communal resort where it can connect the locals and the anonymous, and also to create spaces that provide various experiences where this will bring people together. And here is my site plan, where all the building placements are according to contour. Besides the common facilities that a normal resort would have, I've also added some where this will strengthen my concept more, such as the co-working space at lobby, kids corner with games room, library cafe, as well as wedding hall. And this is the zoning of my overall resort. There are 5 zones according to my concept. The first one, yellow color, is the intellectual bonding. Second one is the bridge the gap, which is the blue one. Third one is the connect with nature. The fourth one is bonding, and the last one is revitalize. The revitalized zone can be accessed by the public because of my concept, communal resort. And this is the circulation accessibility of my resort. The red one is only for guests, while the blue one is only for public. And this is the diagram of my design concept development. I'll further talk about it in my next slide. And my overall result will be divided into 3 clusters. So the first cluster is the admin building, which consists of my intellectual bonding zone and also the bridge the gap. The first step of my design concept development is that I want to create an entrance that can symbolize welcomeness to the guests. So I make the roof extruding down. The next step is I add on other functional space with lobby as the transition point. Then I place it to the contour and adjust as needed. Due to the topography, the left wing is adjusted to the second level from the lobby and a new space is added at the lower level. The next one is division of functional spaces based on my concept. Lastly, circular staircase with ramp is added instead of using the typical staircase. This is because the circular ramp can enhance interactions between people at different levels and thus create a cross interactions. From the circular ramp, you can overlook the lobby area at lower level as well. Here is my floor plan, and this is my entrance, and here are my laundry room, M&E services room, and garbage room, which will be away from the eyesight of the guests. And I've also provided another path for the garbage truck in order to access the garbage room as well. Then the middle one is my reception counter together with my management office, while at both sides are my waiting area, while the another one is my co-working space. So my concept is communal resort. This is also the reason of why I purposely place my co-working space besides the management office. Then there's my seminar room and a small pantry. The spiral staircase outside the seminar room will lead to the lower level where meeting room will be at. I provide this meeting room not only for the use by the staff, but also can be used by the leaders of the new village whenever they want to have meetings. However, they have to do prior booking first before they want to enter, because they are not allowed to enter in and out like this. Here is my baggage car counter, and then this staircase connected to the circular ramp will lead the guests to the souvenir shop and handcraft workshop area. Besides, there's also an exhibition area along the circular ramp as well, so that the guests can experience the art or thing display as they climb to the souvenir shop. And so, here is my souvenir shop come handcraft workshop. The locals will be hired here to teach the guests on the local traditional handcraft making. The purpose of this is not only to create interactions between the guests and the locals, but also to increase the locals' job opportunity as well, and thus increase the economy. And so the last floor plan is where my meeting room will be at, that I've just mentioned about it just now. Outside the meeting room, there's a pantry and dining area where people can enjoy chit-chatting over there. Then from the outdoor deck, people can access to my another zone as well, which is the bridge gap. This is where games room and kids corner are. There are two ways in order to access to this zone. The first one is through the outdoor deck from the meeting room, while the another one is straight away from the lobby. And this is the front and right elevations of my first cluster. Moving on to my second cluster, which is my restaurant and library cafe. The reason of why I create library cafe is because I realized there's a secondary school nearby, which seems quite old. So why not my resort can make some contribution to the society by providing library facilities to the local students. And so I came up with this idea of creating library cafe where the guests can have some nice coffee over there and have some interactions with the locals as well. Then I came up with a simple form for the floor plan according to the contour and make some adjustment on the leveling. So my library cafe will be held at lower level and restaurant at upper level. The purpose of this leveling is also to create a virtual boundary between my restaurant, which is only for the guests, and library cafe. The next step is additional of functional space based on my concept. VIP room with curtain as boundary instead of using rigid wall. Besides the common dining space, I've also provided another different experience of dining, which is the chef table dining experience. And the green one is my food workshop, in which its concept is similar of why I created a handcraft workshop just now. Guests can learn on how to make their own local famous food, such as the lor mee here. Then there's a railing instead of wall where people can overlook down to the library cafe. This is my floor plan. I have two entrances, which are from the plant gallery, and another one is from the lobby. And my bridge the gap zone. Here is the waiting area and reception counter. I created openings of two directions at the waiting area where people can enjoy the beautiful view from the plant gallery. Then here's my VIP room and chef table dining area. Here's my kitchen and back of house. Moving on will be my food workshop, and going down from the spiral staircase will be my library cafe, while the one in light peach is my riding hall. This is the front elevation and left elevation of my second cluster. So the third cluster will be my plant gallery conveyor center. The first step of my design development is I created leveling and formed by using the topography as guideline. Then runner center was added in. Last but not least, the level difference of contour enable a rooftop that is connected to the floor to be added in. This can create two different experiences of approaching the plant, which is from near and over level of the plant gallery and from far, which is from the rooftop. And here is my floor plan. The circles are the glass circular tube in which inside will be the plant specimen. And this is the right elevation. And this is the sectional drawing where I cut through my whole first cluster, which consists of the zone intellectual bonding as well as the bridge the gap. And here are some details of my building structure. The first one is steel, which is one of the building on slope approach that I've mentioned just now, while the second one is detail of my curve roof. And I've also applied rainwater harvesting system, which is one of the passive design features at my second cluster, the restaurant and the library cafe. Next, here are some perspective views of my result. The first and second is my plant gallery and wellness center. People can have two different experiences of approaching the plant, which is from far, as you can see from the first image, and another one is from the near distance. The third image is my restaurant, which has chef table dining experience in order to enhance more interactions and bring people together. And fluid boundary, which is utilizing the curtain as boundary for the VIP room instead of rigid wall. I've also created a skylight to allow penetration of natural light that will form a path which symbolizes welcomeness to guests. The last image is my library cafe, in which it will have a tall bookshelf that connected to the upper level, which is my food bookshop. My design is more to open space planning by using trees as natural shading. This to show my respect to the nature as well. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you for spending your time in watching this presentation video.